But before we get into the topic of limitations, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dipal Shah. I am a medical intuitive and the founder of the Global Gathering. And if you haven't joined our global gatherings in the last 2 months, I encourage you to do so. There is a link that you can, that's in the post, and you could just click there and join us on June 24th for the global gathering. It is a place where healers come together on one platform. There is no other platform like this. So we all come together and we provide healings for an hour and a half. What more can you receive? What more, what a beautiful place that you can be, and we can all come together as one and provide this beautiful sacred space for you. So I just want to say hello, Adriano. Good to see you here. If there's anyone else joining, please do say hello. I'd love to see you guys. It is just so wonderful to be here today. But I do want to talk to you about this information that I received over the weekend and that I've been thinking about quite a bit. Okay. How are you setting up limitations for yourself and not even knowing it? That we're setting up these limitations, especially right now. Right now, what I see is people feel limited in what they can do, what they can offer, even whether it's home, career, with their friends, right? Maybe you're feeling this limitation and constriction in your body. And each and every person, just even without this pandemic, right? We're wanting to move forward in our lives. And it can be in any one of the areas of health, finances, relationships, spiritual growth. However, ever since this virus started, I felt like, for me, I felt limited in what I could do, where I could go, how I should breathe, right? Everything almost felt kind of closed in, even though I work from home and I really don't get out much, but you still feel limited because somebody else is telling you, now you're limited to doing this. And when somebody places limits on you, in your mind, you are more likely to be like, oh no, you don't have power over me. This is where you feel like you have lost power. And I don't know if you guys feel like that, but those of you who are joining us and who will be watching the replay, let me know if you feel this way. So what I realized, that I was taking on energies of everyone else and everything that was going on in my environment. And we have to remind ourselves, especially those of you who are empaths, who are sensitive, who are light workers and healers, are you taking on the energies of your environment? And is that what is making you feel limited? And when I recognized that really fast, because what had happened is, when I got into that energy and feeling that limited energy of everything and everyone around me and myself, the thoughts that were coming from this beautiful mind of mine, I saw myself get into this cycle. I didn't feel restricted or constricted in my body, but I know some people will feel that. But what I did notice was that I was eating worse foods. I was not taking good care of myself. I was lacking in my yoga. I wasn't doing it every day like I was religiously doing it every single day. I was skipping. I was kind of falling into that sleep pattern where I would wake up late because the kids didn't have to go to school anymore. So mommy gets to sleep in. And so I had gotten into my old habits. And that's not fun, because I realized this and I said, this cannot happen because it's not helping me grow. It's making me feel more limited, because everything that I put into my body, and I wasn't taking care of my energies and my energy system, as well as nurturing my body the way it's supposed to be, the way I was practicing for years. So as soon as I recognized this, I completely broke free, and I said, that's not happening. Like this morning, like lately, I've been waking up at 6 o'clock. As soon as the alarm goes up, I am up at 5:45, 6 o'clock, doing my meditation, doing my yoga. And I hope you guys are practicing your sadhana or self-care too. Don't let your mind break free. Don't let your environment, the changes in your environment, make you feel limited. When you were on this path of limitlessness, you all of a sudden became limited. Just because outside they're telling you, okay, you can't go outside today, you can't go do this, you can't do that. Of course, I know a lot of places, a lot of states opened up. But you know what? We have to be careful. We have to practice safety measures, right? And I see some people have gone beyond that because we are human. And once somebody says you're free, it's like telling a dog free, and the dog just goes running off, right? Without any boundaries. That's exactly what has happened. And I've seen it this weekend as people are going to the beaches, people are no longer wearing masks in the stores. And it's okay, it's a choice. However, we do have to still practice safety because the pandemic is still not completely gone, right? There's still no cure for it. So we still have to be careful. But at least in your mind, you know that you don't have limitations from the higher powers now, if that's what was keeping you feeling limited. If there's other things keeping you feel limited, then we need to take a look at those, right? Now, when you feel limited, you feel like you don't have a choice, right? And you're falling back maybe into addictions of eating more, overeating, gaining weight. I know so many people who are like, oh my goodness, I've sat around through this pandemic and it's been 2 months and I have not worked out at all. I mean, my husband says that. He's like, I'm getting fat. So we're falling back. You know, it's like we're going backwards into our old habits or addictions because it's that limitation. Even though, you know, my husband was going to the gym, he had a trainer, but for some reason, even though we have a gym at home, he was feeling limited to what he could do, right? So it's interesting how that mind takes over, okay? Now, maybe, you know, what is happening when I find that this limitation sets in is that it's a lot of our past beliefs that come up in times of chaos. And these beliefs are within those subconscious cells. And I don't say subconscious mind because it's not necessarily just the mind. The mind is made up of cells, your body's made up of cells, and everything is programmed. We are programmed beings, and we could reprogram ourselves in whichever way we want. So you can see that with the pandemic, how many people are reprogramming, and they're going to be reprogramming now that the states have opened up. And they're going to continue to reprogram. But the interesting thing to see is how people are reprogramming themselves, right? We're trying to find newer ways of doing things, and setting into those habits is apparently taking some time because we feel limited. Okay. It was funny. I was talking to Alexa. Everybody knows Alexa. I was talking to Alexa. She's become my new best friend. I didn't realize she could talk back to me and I could ask her questions all day long. So I asked her something and I said, Alexa, well, I had told her, I asked her something and then she responded and I said, Alexa, you are so smart. And she said, thank you. Then I asked her, Alexa, am I smart? And she reminded me, it was so funny. She said, you are a human and you are the smartest in the universe. I was like, wow, even Alexa knows this information. I said, God, even she recognizes that the humans are the smartest in the world, right? And it's amazing to have that reminder. It was so nice and refreshing to have that reminder that, yes, you're right. I am the smartest in the universe and I can create. Maybe I should have asked Alexa if I was limitless and see what she'd say then. But it's so nice for her to remind me that I am the smartest in the universe. And because I'm smart, I also have choices. And those choices can create that limitlessness, right? Within my environment and inside me as well as outside of me. Okay. So I know so many people who are feeling limited in healing their diseases. As a medical intuitive, I help people all around the world in healing their diseases of their body, and from anxiety to depression, thyroid, heart issues, diabetes, all forms of chronic and acute health concerns. And it gives me great pleasure to do that because I bring science and spirituality into what I provide. And, I want to ask you the question today is, how far do you want to take your limits, or do you want to live a limited life or a limitless life? Right? We can always limit ourselves in everything. We could find the pandemic as an excuse to be limited. We can find our own diseases in our bodies to make us feel limited in what we can do. I do my yoga, right? And when I do yoga, certain poses, I'm not able to bend certain ways. I watch my daughter, she's 12, and I swear she has no backbone. Like, she can bend in such beautiful ways. She's a contortionist, I kid you not. And I'm like, wow, how beautiful is her body able to bend? And I want mine to be that way, right? We want to be like others sometimes, like, oh, I wish I didn't have to deal with this, or I wish I had more flexibility. I wish I didn't have diabetes. I wish my face was more clear. Whatever it is that we are holding on to, right? We're going to get there. But first of all, we have to change that mindset and clear those subconscious cells of what we're limiting ourselves to. Where are we limited? Are we limited in our limiting beliefs of what we believe? Because maybe my 12-year-old doesn't believe the things I believe. She's more of a free spirit, maybe. And maybe she's not carrying the energies of others. So we have to recognize, what is it that we're limited in? Am I carrying more emotions? Am I carrying more of the negative feelings? What is it that is holding me back or holding me still and limiting me? I do remember there's one thing that I do have to tell you is I felt very limited in my fears. I had fears of dogs. I had fears of a lot of things. I have fear of heights, fear of airplanes. Even though I'd get on one, I would not go more than 3 to 4 hours away. So going to India was a no-no because that's an overnight 22-hour flight. There's no way I was going to do that. So there was some fears that I was dealing with, and maybe you know of some fears that you are dealing with that are keeping you limited. But guess what? I made a decision one day. I said, that's it. I'm not living fearful life. I'm not living a fearful life. And I recognized that those were fears of my mom. And once you can recognize your fears and where they come from, you can break free from it, because as some of you who are watching, you know that I have a dog now. She's my dogter. And so I have a dog now. I actually went sledding in snow, and that's something I would never do. I would just sit on the sidelines and watch my family do it. I learned to swim and go underwater, which I would never do. So there are things that I was finding that, am I limiting myself to my experiences of life? See, that's the thing. We don't want to limit our experiences of life, because there's so much out there. And guess what? I actually put my mind to it that I'm going to India and everything is going to be fine. And that year, when I had changed that no and I can't to yes, I can, I was able to do it. And I went to India and I had the best time on the plane, and I had the best time coming back. And I was one with everything. I was able to ground my energies enough to say yes and feel that power, feel empowered enough that I have a choice. And what choice I make, the more I say no, the less the universe is going to listen to my yeses. And the more I say yes, the more came to me. So when you become limitless by saying yes and making certain choices, you're going to see your subconscious programming is going to become more conscious programming. And those cells are in your body are going to be like, what's happening? But they're going to get used to it. And so will you. And you're going to find that you are creating more and more in your life if that's what you're looking for. Okay? So I do want to say hello to Donna, Gloria, Daniel, and Valerie. Thank you for joining. Please do share this out, because I want everybody to become limitless. That's my goal. Everyone should feel the freedom and the happiness and joy of living this life limitless. Because once you find that, your experiences are going to be so much more different. So do share your experiences with me. I'd love to hear them. So what we're going to do is I want you to see where you feel constricted in your body. Just close your eyes for a moment. See where you feel constricted. See where you feel tight. Just notice maybe some aches and pains, whatever you have going on, just notice it. If that is coming up for you right now in this moment, it might not be there right now, maybe it's there later, but at any point in your life, if something feels constricted, tense, in pain, or even a chronic disease that you're dealing with in your body, you are limited. You have blocked and created an energy within you that is making you limited in what you can do, what you can think, how you can feel. If you are obsessed with what is going on in your body, that's a limitation. If you're addicted or have these compulsive behaviors, trying to find better health, trying to, do things, purchase supplements and vitamins, because trust me, I was there. There's a limitation within you that's so deep inside of you. Okay, and we have to find that. So take a nice deep breath in, and I'm just going to clear the body just really quick. And everywhere you're holding on to a limiting belief, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you're holding on to self-sabotaging behaviors, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you're holding on to worthlessness, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you're holding on to trauma, let's clear, cancel, delete that through the subconscious cells and the conscious cells. But remember, we only do use 1% of our consciousness, so we're still going to clear through that. Let's go ahead and clear everywhere that you feel threatened. Let's clear that. Everywhere that you're holding on to repressed hurts and wounds from old lifetimes, let's clear that. Clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you feel insecure, let's clear that. Clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you have lost trust, let's clear, cancel, delete. Let's clear that. Everywhere that you are not forgiving yourself, let's clear that. Clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you're judging, belittling yourself, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere you decided I can't, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere you created boundaries for these limits, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you feel guilty, let's clear that. Clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere that you didn't follow your heart or intuition, let's clear that. Clear, cancel, delete. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in, nice breath out. Okay, there's a few more things coming up. Everywhere someone took advantage of you, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere you allowed others to make decisions for you, let's clear, cancel, delete. Everywhere you were told to shut up or be quiet, you don't count, your opinion doesn't count, let's clear, cancel, delete. There you go. Let's activate those subconscious cells to a higher frequency. As I recalibrate the energies, just continue to breathe. And if you're just joining us, hello, 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 Ivan. And take a nice deep breath in and out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So open your eyes, notice how you feel. And I want you to know that we limit ourselves from, you know, being human sometimes. You know, we say to ourselves, well, I'm only human, but I want to clear that. Okay, so let's clear that energy that you're not just human, you're a superhuman and you are limitless. And I want you to wake up every morning and say, I am superhuman and I am limitless. And notice how that feels. Notice how your body reacts to that energy. And watch what appears in your life when you say that. Okay? So, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Hello, Shiraz. Good to see you here. Hello, Ivan. And I want you to share this. Share this video out because we're talking about how to be in your power, how to have choices, how to feel and dive into life and everything life has to offer. And it's finding that power within you. And you'll see that because you are able to be in that power, you will be a limitless being because you're wanting to live and the universe can feel your liveliness. Okay? So share this out and thank you so much for being here. And I hope you enjoyed that process. And if you guys know about the global gathering, it's every month and the next one is June 24th. And you don't have to sign up if you're already getting newsletters from me, but if you know people who would like to come, please invite them to the global gathering, okay? I want to have 1 million people on the global gathering and watching us, okay? So that's my intention. And it can happen if you can help me make it happen. So I am asking you and the universe, and you are my universe. So I am asking you to invite everyone you know to the global gathering. And I will see you guys soon. Namaste. Thank you so much. And Kailash says, hi, Deepal. Thank you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. And lots of love to you guys. Enjoy your beautiful day and lots of love. Namaste.